I lived in New York for 25 years and I came here to study because I just really had a strong feeling that in New York I would be able to truly connect to my own uniqueness without the burden of art history. I needed to go to a place that was completely different from Iceland, just to get kind of like the two extremes. I like opposites and I like exaggerations, you know, so, I mean, it's only 5 hours away, first of all, too. New York, for me, represented flamboyance and individual expression and just rainbow of people and cultures and styles, and it's a place where you can reinvent yourself. Not that I kind of needed to, but you know, I think that the place had a tremendous impact on me. New York is so colorful, and I think that's what drew me to it. And you know, I was imagining myself moving to Europe, and I saw it in my mind in black and white, but when I envisioned myself living in New York, I saw it in color. And that just was so clear to me when I realized that that's what's happening in my brain, that, I mean, there was no way around it. Of course I was going to go with the color. And I think I didn't quite know it then, but I see it so strongly now that, you know, I'm a maximalist and I'm a pop artist, really. I mean, my materials are, you know, synthetic hair extensions and human hair extensions and people and identity and fashion, and this place represents, you know, just the epicenter of this energy, this like individual expression, the drag scene, the, you know, like the club scenes. I mean, just like the lights, you know, and you know, it's just something that it's pulsating to me. I'm sitting here working on a part of an artwork that's called Nebula, and it's a series of work where I take these fibers and I mix them together to create new colors. So it's like really like painting to me, like mixing paint. And I graduated from a painting department in Iceland, so I wanted to be a painter, but then, you know, the two-dimensionality of it wasn't just wasn't fulfilling to me, and I thought that was not the way for me to go. But then I ended up, after like all this time, you know, basically being back to painting, but now like using fibers and mix them together. And with this technique that I've developed is that I take this mesh fabric and then I take different colors of the hair, synthetic hair extensions, to cut them down and mix them up and put them underneath the net, and I pluck it through with a tiny crochet needle. So it's a little bit like tufting or ria, like it's a combination of certain crafts, but my own kind of interpretation of that. And it's a way of creating a fabric that can then become the painting. It's almost like the paintbrush is on the canvas without the paint. I started doing smiley work when I figured out this technique, because now I was able to kind of paint by number with the hair on this mesh fabric. And my work has been about pop culture for so long. I mean, the material derives from mass-produced fibers that are meant to be in your hair. And I'm fascinated with just human behavior and popular culture. And this extreme use of the emoji and the smiley, and how strongly it has become such a strong symbol to express now that we are communicating so much digitally. There's a lot to be read into every single emoji, and they are endless. And we use them so much. And then, you know, when I do it in this kind of fuzzy, hairy, you know, they become even scruffier and even fluffier and kind of more silly. And they just make you so happy. And it was also a way to kind of show the humor in my work, because it's not that obvious all the time. And I think that humor is really important to me, and I just love taking things that it's all around us. We don't pay attention to and give it another purpose in my work, you know. And making it fluffy and hairy is just hilarious. At first, I started doing just, you know, a yellow smiley with black eyes and a black mouth. And every time I make them, I draw it up again. So it's not like a template that I use over and over again, but I do them hand-drawn so that they all got different characters. And now I'm starting to do it also by blending in the Nebulas and Smileys. So I'm doing multicolor, almost like tie-dye emojis. My work is a lot about, you know, the textile tradition in Scandinavia or in the Nordic countries and celebrating it, but also like bringing this kind of lo-fi cheap quality to it. I like taking something that is so mass-produced that it's outrageous and so peculiar, because the destination for human hair extension or synthetic hair extension is just bizarre to me, really. And as an art material, I just started like playing with it, and it turns out that that's where I get my biggest kick. You know, like that's where my bliss as an artist lies. You know, when I'm working, is playing with the materials and with the fibers. That's where I found my voice. I don't want it to be on like a pedestal, but at the same time, because, you know, textile art used to be like so kind of serious about itself. I'll take it, you know, like, and it is, and it can be, it's fine. But for me, because I'm so into pop culture and modern day fashion and things like that, I like taking something that is kind of dismissed as not worthy of being art, and transforming it and manipulating it and taming it into becoming beautiful works of art. I think that the world benefits from being more colorful, definitely. I mean, why do we want flowers? Why do we want nature? That's where we find colors, and also design and, you know, clothing, cars, you know, beauty, makeup, everything. I truly believe that the world is more tolerable because of colors. I cannot imagine the world being black and white. The value of art and culture is to keep us hanging on by a thread. Just create a relief from, you know, the whatever's going on. And I think that there's a certain innocence, and there's like an oasis, you know, in these large-scale installations that I do. It's like it's like an escape, just a break from it. And it's okay, you know, it's okay to just kind of, and it's seriously, like biologically, makes your brain pump out the endorphins and the dopamine and everything. So it's like exercise. It's like, you know, beauty in the world from whoever, like beautiful design or beautiful clothing or art. The world would be even grimmer if we took that out of the equation. So I think that it can have a very therapeutic and healing powers.